It seems more and more the ambiance at Hampton Beach includes a different kind of sound. Metal detectors hitting on possible treasure in the sand.
Out here, there's a ton. There's a ton of stuff here on this beach.
Mike Sorrell has been doing this 30-plus years. He's also known by his YouTube name, NH Beach Metal Detecting.
Ooh, that's a gold clasp.
Thousands have viewed him uncovering shiny treasures.
My coil's going crazy, guys. Look at this one. Oh, come on into daddy.
Mike is one of many people who love using metal detectors to find buried items dropped by tourists or washed in from a storm.
Mostly in the summertime, you find a lot of coins, some jewelry, sometimes cell phones, oddball stuff, lots of keys.
It's that unknown that has Mike out here 30 to 40 hours a week. While summer days like this are nice, the best conditions are in winter or after a storm, when the sand is washed away, bringing Mike's detector closer to long buried items.
And that's where we find real old stuff from the 1700s, 1800s, antique jewelry, antique coins, stuff like that.
His collection over the years is like a look through metallic history.
These are some of the coins, the bigger silver coins, and they're down layers and layers on the beaches deep.
He will sell some of these items and save some.
Class rings, some of them turn green with time, some of the gold.
He's even reunited some folks with lost jewelry. In fact, a lost ring a few years back was probably his biggest find.
About the second or third find on the title pool, I ended up walking away with a $20,000 man's diamond ring. Yep.
That is part of the thrill, because each time that detector beeps, it could be trash or it could be treasure.
It's a feeling like no other, especially when you see that little glint of gold in the scoop. And it's better than the lottery, and it's cheaper.
Welcome back to Donnie's Adventures. Today we are in Manchester, New Hampshire. Going to be doing some magnet fishing.
Our next treasure hunter reveals his finds on YouTube as well.
Whoa. See that?
Donald Kramer is the man behind Donnie's Adventures. He often shows off a new trend called magnet fishing, where people use magnets to pull out metal treasures hidden underwater.
Okay, watch out.
And he finds some pretty wild stuff.
I thought it was a battery. It's freaking safe. It's exciting no matter what you pull out, and anybody can do it.
We met up with Donnie in Concord, along the murky water of the Merrimack River.
Anything could be in this water. I mean, anything, like knives, guns, fishing hooks, lures, anything.
The tools of the trade? He brought lots of rope attached to two powerful magnets.
All right, we're ready to go.
After setting up his camera and tying off to a tree so he doesn't lose his equipment, he gives the magnet a toss into the river.
And when you grab something, it's like an intense snap when it comes to that rope. And you can feel it because it will just snap and you're like, oh, I got something. And we got a piece of rebar.
While the magnet doesn't always pull up the larger objects, we found there's plenty of smaller ones.
We got an really old bottle cap. It's probably been there for maybe like 15, maybe 20 years.
What is it?
I have no idea.
Just a chunk of metal.
Just a chunk of metal. and a really old screw. You never know what you're going to be pulling out of that water. That's what makes it so exciting.
So that's just all metal.
It's all metal. Just
What is it?
scrap metal. These are probably nails. There you go.
Donnie let me try my fishing luck. Oh, I feel something on there. Tugging back at me. Ooh, something was tugging there.
Oh, what do we got? What do we got?
Ooh.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't get nearly as much as you did.
It's all right. You keep trying.
Reality is, you don't know what's down there. Like traditional fishing, patience is key.
There are times where you can go places and you don't find nothing. And then one time you go to another place and you'll find one thing after another, after another, and after another. Like, oh my God!
Oh, it's an old one. Really old one. Oh, come on, don't lose it.
Some items Donnie will restore, but most of it is collected and recycled or thrown away. In fact, Donnie says this fun hobby is a great way to clean the environment, have some family fun, and find hidden treasure, as long as you stick to it. How long do you think you'll keep doing this for?
As long as I can.